Hello, everyone. Good morning. I am reporting from Coimbatore. It is the 22nd of April already. Unfortunately, I have 3 weeks left here, which is unfortunate. But I'm also very grateful because the journey has been insanely beautiful. And yesterday, after the train ride and coming back at the hotel and then eating something outside, there was a big shift already noticeable. Coimbatore is a way bigger city than Kannur, and I'm also actually situated within the actual city right now. I'm about to take a taxi to Isha Foundation, and I will do that by ordering an Uber and very convenient. Uh, I think it is a very good decision of me to first book a hotel after a long day of traveling. You need to recalibrate again, and that's at least for me personally, because whenever you will arrive at a new destination, there will be it's a new place, so there will be new energy, there will be new vibes. Of course, the traveling itself does something with your uh, elements in the body, and nobody can deny that after a day of long traveling, somebody needs to balance again. And that is what I did yesterday. Starting off with the train ride, I think because I have to check out soon at this hotel. Um, right now, I will share the part, I think, of the journey itself. And then I think in the car, I will continue on while I'm on the way on to Isha Foundation, which I'm looking very much forward to. Um, Now I'm gonna focus on the train ride of yesterday. I recorded some bits and some parts. Um, I wasn't in the opportunity to like film everything, but I had the best timing of going towards the toilet. That was like, I think there was 1 hour left or 90 minutes left. And of course, in the Indian trains, you have your openings, the doors in which you can step into. Some of those doors are always open, even when we are going at a certain speed. So close to the toilets, you have your openings, full body opening, where you can just take in the air and see the environment so beautifully. And the moment that I went to the toilet, I was just gobsmacked while I was walking back. I was like, let's have a look like from here. And yeah, I mean, I was greeted by the mountains of this region. Uh, Super beautiful mountains with super beautiful birds flying by, and it was also during sunset, so that was also there, which just makes a world of difference, because you can see the shadows of the mountains in a different manner than whenever there is like full sun shining upon the mountains, and therefore also all the other beautiful, I'm seeing a butterfly, all the other beautiful scenery of the fields that you see and the trees and everything. During that time, I didn't have my DJI with me, so I recorded that on the phone. But I felt very blessed by that, and I was just like, wow, it's becoming more and more and more beautiful. Um, and I'm just so excited because I've seen some more hills over here, and they look very enchanting. And where we are going now is out of Coimbatore and into the more forest range. I've heard it's very beautiful. I'm sure is very beautiful, because already what I've seen during the train ride was like mind-blowingly beautiful. So I feel very blessed, and also very happy that I made a decision to come towards Coimbatore. from Kannur. And then also something beautiful happened. I met a retired scientist who shifted seats actually after I saw those beautiful mountains in the trees. And well, he started talking to me. We had a beautiful conversation, and this wasn't just any scientist. It was a tree scientist. Like he knows everything about trees. Happened to be that ever since I'm coming here this time in Goa, the magnificent banyan tree, of course, and then the palm trees. I've been talking about that as well. So I was so excited to meet him and, get his viewpoint on, what are his favorites and, what exactly is a banyan tree and how many different species are there. So I really, I was somehow bummed that, we were reaching our end point because it was such a beautiful conversation, and he himself was born in Kannur, and but he had a different vision than most people in Kannur in accordance of religion, and usually scientists do, right? They have a different viewpoint because they view life through a different lens. So I had conversations on that as well, and then when we were about to reach Coimbatore, like right before the sun was going down on the left side of the, I think I recorded this with a DJI with this film device. On the left side, there was just only orange glow, and I saw the sun. And if you imagine, like, this would be the size of the window, then the sun would be this big. So it felt optically, it felt very big and so beautifully orange. Like, this time it wasn't like golden orange, it was really orange. And I felt like somehow by the elements I have been greeted in a very beautiful manner. And so I already feel very lucky and blessed. And then, of course, my favorite eagles were also all around. I saw them this morning. Now I see a very beautiful pigeon. Wow, that was a beautiful one. That was a gray one in the body part, and the wings were white. Awesome. I think I've never seen that before. So yeah, all good signs. Looking forward to it. I'm gonna do the checkout now, and then in the car I will continue on Isha Foundation and the en route to Isha Foundation. We have reached the taxi on the way to Isha Foundation, and we're beautifully on time. Isha Foundation has 3 time slots to log in, so to speak. They provide their own housing in the complex itself, and I've heard this through a friend of mine that I met in Kannur, and one can do reservation there. If you're a foreigner, they will ask you some extra questions, and then you will get a review. Like, they will check your background, and when everything is okay, then you are being accepted. And a room for one night without AC costs you around 1,000 rupees. And in that 1,000 rupees, if you're with the 2 of you, I believe it's also going to be 1,000 rupees. So that is I feel a decent amount, especially whenever you are coming from abroad and wanting to have an experience at the ashram. That being said, I have 1 hour to go, so I can do a proper review. It is right now here 40 degrees in Coimbatore, and we are still in the city. Coimbatore is the arrival area for you to go to Isha Foundation. And what people then do is usually they would come to either the trainway station or the airport of Coimbatore, and then from there on you either take a taxi that you arrange yourself through Uber, or you can arrange a taxi directly with Isha Foundation. So I already told you guys that I had one night in the city itself to recalibrate from the big journey. And my initial idea was actually to do some Seva, some volunteering work at Isha Foundation. And I hadn't planned back in Netherlands that I will go to Isha Foundation. It was in the back of my mind, I feel that Isha Foundation is somewhere around that area. And only when I took the plane towards India, I was doing some investigation, okay, I'm first gonna be this much time in Goa, and then I'm gonna be in Kannur for 3 weeks. Where are we being called to? What's gonna be the next destination? And then I was like, hey, Coimbatore is so close to Kannur. Obviously, let's have a look, right? Why not? And then I was looking at the website, and I saw that you can do some Seva, and I was like, amazing, I would love to do that. And that was around 5 days. There is one volunteering option that you can choose. So there are multiple options of volunteering positions actually that you can apply for. For me, given that I only have 3 months in India, and I already have spent more than over half, I figured that that one from 5 days, and it was a Devi Linga Seva. So I was like, oh, that's amazing to do, and time-wise that's also great. But in order to apply for a volunteering position, you first need to be having done the inner engineering program, and that inner engineering program for foreigners can be done online. Well, so I thought, okay, I'll do the inner engineering program, I'll finish it, and then I'll apply for the actual Seva. That can be done all online. I spoke a couple of times to people that are working there as well. You can just call them, and they also speak English, so that's amazing. And so I wanted to buy the program. For foreigners, it is an amount of 4,000 rupees. I'm not sure how much it will cost for Indian citizens, but for me it was 4,000 rupees. I was about to pay it, and then there was a sign in which it said that they do not accept foreign credit cards, they only accept Indian credit cards. So I had some contact with them about it, and I was also doing my other things in Kannur and my classes and everything. So I had the feeling that, I think I'll just go and I'll see how it feels like. You can also stay there. If it feels good, I will just come back. And that is what I've been boiling down to do that, and that is now the plan. So I will be staying there for, let's say, 3 days. So I have 2 nights that I stay there, and there are lots of happenings going on throughout the day. For what I've heard, I've met 2 awesome souls in Kannur that have been at Isha Foundation for multiple times, and there are no coincidences, because one of those 2 beautiful souls, I see 777 right now, is actually also there right now. And we both thought that we would leave on the 22nd to leave to Isha Foundation, and later on I figured out, oh no, actually it was a fault of me. I'm leaving the 21st. And then we meet again, and he said oh, actually I'm leaving the 21st. And I'm like, actually me too. I thought it was the 22nd. But they have been very positive about it. I've heard some other people that are from Coimbatore that I met in Kannur that there are also some almost conspiracies about the place, and people will always have their own opinion, and one should go and look for themselves how it's like, and that's what I'm about to do. And then like coming back to like Sadhguru itself, I believe he came to me through YouTube, let's say about, I'm now 37, let's say about 7 years ago, something like that, 6-7 years. And I feel like Sadhguru's teachings itself have been helping me out. Actually, it's been longer. Because I was already studying philosophy back then, so I think it was around 25 years, so it's been way longer. And I mean, he has been showing me a lot of like pathways on how you can like work with your own consciousness, and opening up and softening a lot also for me. Also, there were some times where if I was very much like back then struggling with some anxieties or not being able to sleep at night, and then like my last resort would be to listen to Sadhguru's voice on YouTube, and then I would like peacefully fall asleep. Not that his content is like wanted to make you sleep, but definitely not, but it comforted me. And also I believe is because my grandfather from my father's side, we call it in Sarnami Hindustani, we call it Aja, here they call it Dada, and he has the exact same voice, like the exact same voice. Also, I've been feeling that a lot of like South Indians have the same look as my Aja or Dada, so I also feel very much at home in these surroundings. By the way, that's a side note. So coming back to what Sadhguru has been meaning for me, like that is one part which is already I will forever bow down to and be grateful for, because it has made my spiritual quest, that especially at the beginning, way more accessible and way more eye-opening, in a sense that it is not so rigid, and it is not like this is the only way. He's also always been like proposing in a certain sense that you should always be your own discoverer, no matter what is going on. And so that's one part. Let's say that's part A. Then there is part B, where let's say 5 years have passed, and like I've watched some videos of him, and then Mahashivratri, the moment he started to really celebrate and broadcast it online, Mahashivratri, I started following that as well. And in a certain sense, like Shiva consciousness, he has made very tangible, and for everybody, relationship with the god of its favor, Ishta Devta, your what is your heart calling you, that is for everybody personal, for some maybe even none, and would be all, but for me personally, I've been traveling to India, but also before that, there was a period of time where I was really, the Ishta Devta of me was Krishna, and ever since India, without a doubt, I mean, I can't even like, there is no way in which there is a doubt now that Ishta Devta would be Shiva Bhagwan. And I mean, that wasn't even like an set intention of mine, at least not one that I'm aware of, that Shiva would be my Ishta Devata right now. But coming back to India again, every time I come back to India, it's being enlightened again that the energy of Shiva is calling me. And that is one of the other reasons also why I'm really digging Sadhguru, actually, because he has a very beautiful way of explaining what it is. And so for that, I'm also forever grateful. And then there is also one part, I love the mountain area. I'm just gonna pause it now because it's like I'm gonna do 2 parts, or else it's gonna be too difficult for me to upload this. Like it's gonna take a long time. Okay, right behind it, part B. So yeah, I love the mountain area. I've also visited some Shiva temples in the mountain area, like for example Tungnath temple, which is one of the highest Shiva temples in on our planet, actually, and was very, very, very beautiful. But one of my wishes is to visit Mount Kailash, and Sadhguru is also organizing these trips and retreats towards Mount Kailash. Together with him, he will be there certain periods. You can go. And I have seen also 2 documentaries of him going towards Mount Kailash, and it has brought, those 2 times it had brought tears to my eyes. It really touched me, and like, you never know what is in the cards in accordance to that journey. One thing is that I'm sure of, I'm saying humbly, is that I will go one day, but I don't know whether it will be with Sadhguru or whether it will be with another group. I don't know. It would be lovely to do it with Sadhguru, but I also know there is a price tag on it, so yeah, who knows, we'll see. So yeah, that is another thing that I really appreciate about him. And I mean, just look at what he has manifested on this planet, how many people he's reached. So I will have respect for that always. Stating that, I also do believe that what he is stating himself as well is that I will always have respect and bow down deep to the teachers, always, always. And then also, one should go and figure out life itself. So you can take, you can receive knowledge from this guru, you can receive knowledge from that guru, from people that you meet during your journeys. You know, everybody has their own unique way of perceiving our world and our planet, and have their own ideas about what life is. But then one should always retract back to yourself to see, like, well, okay, all of this, everybody's saying this, nice, okay, maybe with that guru you have more affinity, and with the other one you have less affinity. That of course will happen, but then to keep in mind that you yourself, within you, there might be the biggest guru. And I feel like a true guru will also ignite that in you, to see that in you, and to also ignite that in you, that no matter what happens, that it is not the adoration of the guru itself, it is the adoration of what the guru is channeling through him or her, and shining that out in the teachings. And that is something that I feel like, if you're on the path, to keep in the back of your mind, that yes, you know, much respect and much love for Sadhguru and everything that he's accomplished, whilst you always keep your own vision as well, because just as Sadhguru, you are your own gateway towards perceiving this beautiful planet of ours. So yeah, I think we are now on the road for about 10-15 minutes, and we are still seeing the city, so I will just show you guys. this is what it's looking like right now. And then I'm very curious on how it's gonna look like when we are about to reach Isha Foundation. And because I've seen a little bit of what the environment is like, and then I've heard that it's very beautiful. And then also the statue of Shiva, which is dark colored, that just like attracted me from the beginning. I feel it's such a beautiful murti, like such a beautiful statue. I also have that for a long time as my screensaver on my laptop. So I believe maybe those things would also like unconsciously bring you towards a certain place without you maybe even being aware of, which is pretty cool, by the way. So make sure your screensaver is something good where you actually want to go, because you never know. So yeah, I'm waiting eagerly to be there and to sense the energies and to see all the different rooms and areas, and then also to sleep there, because if you sleep at a place where the energies are aligned and are balanced, that does something so good to you in the first place. Also, when I did the trip to Tungnaji Temple, Shiva Temple, it's almost 4,000 meter altitude high, and we slept there during the night, and it was really ice cold, but the air was very, very, very thin also. So you're being challenged though to, you know, keep your body warm, to breathe properly, but then also you will be aware of what it does when you sleep at certain places. Also the place in Kannur where I slept next to the Arabian Sea, and the field is so much open that you can just sense that. And then now, after 3 weeks sleeping next to the sea, being in a big city again, and you notice the difference. So I'm not complaining, just observing, like that is there. So whenever people come to such a place as Isha Foundation, they come there with a certain sense of connection to the divine. So they come there also with that energy, and they bring that energy into a certain area. And let's even take it at a scientific point of view, that if we believe that everything is energetics, from molecules to the particles, we in a certain sense can draw that back to whenever you have a certain feeling, this will determine your reality. Let's say if you are angry, then your whole reality will change. If you are sad, your whole reality will change. An energy that is starting with a feeling but will ripple out into your reality. Whenever you're in love, everything is very beautiful and you will change your perception. But also when somebody else is very angry and that person is in your neighborhood, in your environment, you will notice the difference. So then look at the opposite. When people are coming to a place with their love and with their hope and devotion and spiritual connection, there will be a certain accumulation of all of those energies coming together that will leave a ripple of energetics at a certain place, whether this be a temple or an ashram, and you can sense into that also. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to experiencing those energetics, and I'm just so happy to go, because also this is something that I've never experienced before, to specifically go for an ashram, to be there in this manner. And I'm also hoping that even though I'm just staying there, that I can still do some seva, maybe serve some food or whatever they need that I can contribute. I would love to have that opportunity, but let's see. let's be surprised, also go into this beautiful adventure. And I'm already seeing that the environment is changing. I don't know if you guys can see that, but those trees, palm trees, beautiful palm trees. Yeah, I hope the DJI captured that. So yeah, we are moving into the different realm, and I have the feeling that there are some mountains somewhere around. Oh, actually yes. Wait. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. Wow. Yeah, so I felt that correctly, that there are also beautiful mountains there. So I will just take some shots while I'm driving from some good angle points, and we'll link that in. And yeah, I will definitely record all of this, because I feel like there would maybe be some people out there that would want to see this if they have the wish to also come to Sadhguru's beautiful ashram. So Om Namah Shivaya, and see you guys later.